Hey everybody, it's Dan the Man here, and today I'm out here in the great outdoors checking out all the nature, finding what I can find. But what I'd like to do today is talk to you about turkeys. Have you ever called in a turkey? Turkey hunting is a lot of fun. And in order to do so, you have to locate a turkey. And the best way, one of the ways I should say, to find a turkey is by locating them is by using an owl call. An owl call is really cool because it's the very first bird, usually every morning, that makes a noise. And then right behind that would be a cardinal, or as they say down south, the redbird. Using an owl call when you hoot, the turkey in the springtime, the tom, he will gobble back at you, and in a thunderous gobble, and you will have found where he's at. Every night, turkeys roost in the trees, and they're there at the crack of dawn as the sun is coming up. So if you hoot like an owl, you'll get a gobble. Or you can, as the day goes on and the sun starts to come up higher in the sky, use a crow call. You blow on a crow call, sounding like a crow. Turkey will gobble at that because he has so much pent-up energy inside, and his need to breed is stronger than ever, and he lets everybody know that he's king of the woods. So the first noise that a turkey would gobble at in the morning, the first noise the owl makes, sounds sort of like one big long woo. Goes a little something like this. You do that early in the morning, tom will gobble. Barred owls are usually the owl in this area that makes the most noise. They have sort of a saying that goes, "Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all?" And it goes a little something like this. So by doing that, you'll locate a tom. As the day goes on, maybe you haven't located a tom. Nothing's gobbled at you. Take out your handy dandy crow call and crow like a crow. Put a little feeling and some emotion into it, and the next thing you know, you just may hear that old-fashioned come right back at you. So it sounds a little something like this. Nothing here. But that's the noises that you would make. Now, you can also use turkey calls if you don't find a response from an owl call or a crow call. One of the calls I like to use is a box call. Box call, like this lynch call, okay, has a lid and a box. And one of the things that you need is chalk. If you don't have chalk, your call won't sound good at all. So I reach in my handy dandy pack, I pull out some chalk, and I'm going to chalk the lid. Okay, that should be good. And you want to use the lid, tilt the lid a little bit on an angle, and strike it across the box, making some yelps. And that will really, really sound out very far into the woods. That's your classic yelp, which will work really good for locating a tom. Other calls you can use would be like a cluck. Just tapping the lid. That works really good too. And for me, because my rubber band broke, I use a little piece of cloth in there to keep the lid from scratching back across the box, making some noise, because that can be irritating and actually alert turkeys to your presence. One of the other calls I have is a push-pull call. This call, like it's another form of box call, all you have to do is push the striker. This is a purr. When turkeys are in close and they feel content, they make a purring noise. So you can cluck. This is a great call if you're not a good mouth caller, because as the turkey's coming in, it doesn't take much when you've got your gun up. There's no movement really. Some calls mount to your gun and actually have a string. You pull the string so you can make the noise and not really have to be holding the call. You can concentrate on your shot. It's a great little call. Let's see. Another call that they like to use is a slate call. I keep mine in my glove so it doesn't scratch around. And use this. It's a metal slate. And use a striker to the slate. All these calls are done by feel and take a lot of practice. So before the season starts, make sure you practice. You might not be allowed to practice at home because it makes a lot of noise and the wife might not like that. But take your calls with you. Practice to and from work, or pull off the side of the road someplace for a little bit. Do some practicing. Get a soda and just chill. Get you out of that rush hour traffic. And you can do something fun. Perfect it, you know. So it's a lot of fun. It's a good time. But my all-time favorite call to use, and the reason I like this the most, is that it's a diaphragm mouth call. I like using these because there's no movement at all, and you can hold your gun, you can keep it in your mouth, you can work it, you have your head net on. Turkeys don't see any movement at all, and to me, I think they sound great. So if you locate one with your box call, as he's getting in closer, you know, there's a lot of movement with the box call. So unless you're inside a blind or really super hid, it's really hard to call them in. But with this is amazing. You can call them in fantastic with that. So the call goes into your roof of your mouth, right in about the center, kind of where you'd put a piece of hard candy, and you use your tongue against the roof of your mouth as a valve, and the air is going to go between the call and your tongue. Now you don't want to blow air. You're not like going trying to, like you're blowing in your girl's ear. You're huffing air, like you'd say the H in the word hot. So it's coming from your diaphragm out in a slow huff, and you use your tongue to make the music, if you will. So it goes a little something like this. Now, call is dry, so I'm trying to moisten it up. Okay. So, by using your tongue, when you start to learn to use a diaphragm call, you're not going to sound like that. You want to just make a noise. Get used to making the noise. and you'll hear how you get the high pitch and how it drops off. That's where the tongue, the air between your tongue and the call is tighter, and as you drop your tongue, it drops off. So by doing that a little bit faster each time, you'll start to make the yelping noise. You'll want to learn how to cluck, which is kind of bopping your lips a little bit. Clucking is a good noise to make because it shows contentment. If you do hard clucking, which is more like a putt, the putt is a distress alarm call, and that will alert all the turkeys that there's something wrong and get on high alert, because any minute now we're going to have to take off and boogie. So you don't want to be putting, you want to cluck. Nice and soft. If you did it hard, that'd be more like a putt. But nice and soft. A lot of times you'll follow up with a purr. So it'll be like a cluck and purr. And that shows when turkeys are very, very content and relaxed and at ease, and it goes a little something like this. I'm rolling my tongue and my throat to make that noise. It takes a lot of practice. So if you plan on turkey hunting this year and you're having really hard time learning that, that's where I suggest you use the push-pull call, because you can go nice and slow and make that noise. Like that, and that will do just fine in the woods. It might not sound like a champion caller, but it will be just fine. So today, to recap everything, when out in the woods, you're going to walk out into the woods, you're going to be in your area, and you're going to try and locate a turkey by using your owl call, and you're going to want to hoot like an owl. Try that, and if you hear that come back, and you're good to go, you know where he is. Then you can make your plan to set up on him. If that's no good, then you try your crow call. Sometimes they might not crow at the owl call, but they'll respond to the crow call, or vice versa. So you can try your crow call. Put a little emotion into it. Make it as realistic sounding as you can. Turn your hand in front of your call. Deflect the sound. Makes it more natural, like a crow flying by. Okay? And then if all else fails, and you're walking around, and you can give the old turkey call a try. And if there's a tom nearby, and he wants to breed, he'll answer you. Once that happens, then you have to figure out where he is and how to set up on him. So, but that's for the next video. All right, everybody, good luck. Keep practicing and have fun. Get out there and find some nature.